Hi, it's Steve Livingston with Geocentric. Thanks for joining me on tutorial number 2 for CSM 3D VIS version 2. So today's video is going to be very simple about scaling, rotating, and positioning the different assets that you have in play. So just as a reminder, back to the plane, which is right in our workspace, center of our workspace. You can see that there's a green line going around the plane, which corresponds to the green shape around and box around the plane. If you use your right click on your mouse, it rotates the plane, and you can see up here the X, Y, and Z axes also changed as you move up and down. As a reminder, if you left click this eye, it turns the asset on and off. So if I go over here into our asset library, which is all of our pre-built models, from buildings through contaminants geology, through receptors and structures, we can come down here and I'm going to select an industrial shed. It comes into the working space as 000 coordinates. And you can see from the 3 different axes, you can toggle through and grab these arrows, and just using your mouse you can move, so it's clicking your left mouse button, and by just using your mouse button you can lower your asset, or you can move X and Y dimensions around your plane. So that's that command, and it also shows a positioning. If you have some very detailed drawings or models that you're building, and you're not looking to do it from just manually, I call this manually moving, you can use X, Y, and Z different coordinate systems, and that's in our manual as well to be more precise and more engineering specific. So when I go into rotate, you can see again that different X, Y, and Z coordinates show up here. You can rotate it around the entire plane, and then you can tilt it as well, up and down, and migrate it. So it's got very good functionality on how things are able to move up and down and function back and forth. And then if I go into the scale, it again has the 3 axes ready for you. You left click your mouse, and then you can drag and rotate, etc. around. You can use your escape button just to put that asset, and it disengages the asset, and you can go back to plane as being your basic. If I go into another asset, let's say geology, and I look at, I'm going to bring in a sand. Again, you can go into position it, you can move it up and down. The intent of the sand and the geological assets is that they come in larger than the plane, and that's on purpose in order for you to have more of a visual on the entire model build, and then you can scale that down. So you can bring it right down. Sometimes what I do is I click the Z, it brings it back up to the top, and then I can just use that to make it more consistent with the dimensions of the plane, for example. And I can move that around and kind of match the dimensions of what my plane build's going to be. And then if I click back up, I can rotate that right back up to where I want that to be. So again, looking at this in terms of bringing this up and down, and then scaling in this way. You can also grab it from the center here, and then that also changes it as well. But it's good to start off with these, and then you can, like I said, you can grab it if you wish right from the center where the 3 axes meet, in case you just want to drag it quickly over somewhere or know exactly where you're going to be able to drop it. So the position, the asset, the scaling and rotating are very easy, and it's a drop and drag, and it also has not only these toggles here, but you can also get into the scale as well on this side. I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to bring in another asset. I call it, let's bring in clay. I'm going to scale that right down because what I wanted to do is show you how different assets function and render as well. So if I went in here, I brought it down to a more of a smaller size, and you can see how it's going right through the other asset, and that's on purpose. So it's the rendering of different assets together, that you can render different and shape them together, and they have that overlap in rendering, so you can show very unique geological environments that way. And again, you can rotate these and put them in different geological sequences, or how they geologically how they fit together depositionally as well. So the intent of this is to have a lot of functionality, a lot of ways you can position the different assets that they interact with each other. And the intent of this is to be very flexible in how everything kind of works together. Drop and drag, move, rotate, and scale is a very simple way of building models very quickly. So thanks again for your time, and we look forward to supporting you in the future. We have other models and videos that are coming out that are going to be dealing with deformation and some of the other common features that are going to help you build this model and your models. And the other point is you can always go back to the user manual, and everything in the user manual also is duplicated here in these videos. So thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.